Broski, yummy. I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. This that G. I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in it, she just made a big. I got rolling over. Speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posted with my this say yeah. I'm like, whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like, whoa, reaping what I sow. All this getting bigger, they all froze. I unleashed my soul, now they taking pictures. Eyes on the prize, it's my last soda. 5:45, got the lights on us. Fries for the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. You know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got a...
It's the venue that's had plenty of success, come through it since the mid-2010s, as well as a few Lombardi trophies. It's GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. One final month to push for the playoffs or start preparing for the future. Here we go in Week 14. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by White. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. That's brought in by White. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Watson with the catch. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First and 10, it's a give to White. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Working quickly here. 2nd and 13. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
From the gun, a run for White. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Hey, Ram. Hey, go Lion.
Play action now for Herbert. He gets it to Juwan Johnson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about a big hitter? 34 yards there and a new set of downs. This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. White. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Kate, you know exactly what term I think of in a spot like this. Sticking his face in the fan. Because there are a lot of bigger bodies for a corner to sort through right there in the middle of the field. But he still charged in, made that stop happen, and I promise you, his teammates notice.
And he bowls through the defense for a touchdown. The Chargers finish up an excellent opening series. That one right down the middle. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Attack, attack! Yellow, Hero 15! 15!
Got that cheat code, offense.
Attack, attack!
Mahomes starting off with a throw. He's going to loft one deep to the... He's got it inside the 25. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs finish off their opening drive. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs start off well to tie things 7-7. The Chiefs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Pass complete, 2-2 Atwell. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
He's in trouble, and the Chiefs bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Trying again following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Herbert here, 3rd and long. He's throwing deep to the left side. That's caught at the 25. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He's got it near the 10. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Park and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
It's a gain of 2 on the play. Still some work to do on 2nd and goal. Herbert with a blitz coming. Catch is made in close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Herbert from the gun. Escapes out to the left. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers break the tie here in the first. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Chargers take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Yellow! Yellow, yellow! Right side!
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Line, line!
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. About set for the 2nd quarter. Chiefs football here.
Yellow, yellow!
They're looking at 3rd and very long. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
On 1st down, they'll run. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Right side!
They give it to him again. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
So now here's 3rd and 5.
Yellow!
The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Fire down these two. Fire down these two.
Here's Mahomes. Connects on the crosser. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Give him 30 yards on that one. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Yellow.
They'll run here on first down. And he's brought down after getting this to the 17, into the red zone. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Back to the well again. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Fire down these two. Fire down these two.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Cut near the goal line. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing from near his own goal line. Wiley hauls it in. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he stopped.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Running on 2nd with White. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. He made Gained 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
Out of the gun, White. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. We're to the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. The Chargers looking to add to their advantage. First down, ball at the 36. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Hits him on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Pass complete to Wiley. And he's out a yard or 2 shy of the 15. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
We always hear about a tight end as a quarterback's best friend. That play is so indicative of it, Kate. You love a big target, and you know if you could hit him in stride, he's got a chance to get some big yards after the catch.
And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
White. And the pursuit gets there to escort him out at the line of scrimmage. They don't go anywhere, and now it's 3rd and goal from the 3.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. You continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or you now forced to put the ball in the air.
Let's go, let's go. Ready?
3rd and goal. Here's Herbert. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, L.A. The Chargers will add to their lead at the end of the half. That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers double their lead to 14. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half. Back to throw it. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow, yellow.
Play action, Mahomes. Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 26. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Wait. 15.
Hand off to the back. And he works it deeper into enemy territory past the 40. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Back-to-back carries here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
First down, and they go right back to him. Has some space inside the 15. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Another carry for him. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
They'll try and punch it in. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs cut into the lead coming out of halftime. That one right down the middle. And the Chiefs chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Riley Moss with that tackle.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Herbert now off the play fake. Looking to his fullback now. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Man in motion, headed right. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers push their lead further to start the half. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow. Right side.
Looking to throw Mahomes. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Yellow. Right side.
Mahomes. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Yellow. Right side.
Third and long for Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. And no look on his first look of the game. So that brings up fourth and long. Kansas City sends out its punt team. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Begins his return at the 16. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Chargers take possession. They're out and set. First and 10. Up the middle, here goes White. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just one.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, second and 9. Connects with Johnson. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They'll go left side here with White. And the defense follows him all the way and shoves him out of bounds. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Go Lion. Set.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. Complete out to the right. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They gain 14 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
Ready.
White trying this straight ahead. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be second and 8.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here's White again. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. He got 5, and now it's going to be third down and 3.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. He picks up 15 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
First down, Los Angeles.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we...
That's the end of the third quarter of play.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Set.
Now a give left side. And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what I call a nice tendency buster right there. Works to the tune of a new set of downs. Really got some nice yardage, and it wouldn't be surprising to see that call used again in a similar spot.
1st and 10. It's a give to White. Cuts right. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers have likely locked up the win right there. That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers stretch their lead to 21. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Chooses to bring this one out. And choosing to leave the end zone costs him dearly here. He winds up shy of the 20-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down.
Yellow, yellow. Attack, attack. Right side.
Trying again, following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Offense up to the line fast.
Brings up 3rd down.
Hey, 57, 57. Right side.
3rd and long for him here. He's trying to push the field. This is brought in at the 15. It is in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs get it back to within 2 possessions. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Chiefs get it back to a 14-point game. The Chiefs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by White. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Flushed out of the pocket. Launching deep down the right sideline. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, that's a high degree of difficulty throw. Not a lot get tougher than that one. But now, fortunately, Kate, he aired it closer to the sideline, and it goes harmlessly out of bounds.
Hey, go lion, 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 lion. Go.
On 3rd down, Herbert. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Kicking team out to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for White. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. To throw, Herbert. Gets this one to Watson. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. He gets 6 on that play. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
It's White on the give. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Man in motion out of the slot. Herbert from the gun. He puts some power on a deep one left. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he'll be out of bounds just a yard or 2 short of that 25. Give him 32 on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down. The give now to White. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. On the play fake, it's Herbert. They did it! He made the interception! And the Chiefs have some new life in the 4th.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
A gain of 5, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 14-yard line.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Yellow.
Off the play fake. It's Mahomes. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
43. Eye down these two. Eye down these two. Hey, 15.
They kick the running back in motion. Looking to throw it. Forced out to his right. Catch is made down the right sideline. They get 35 out of that one. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
15. Hey, 43, 15. Yellow. 15.
He'll look to throw it. Escapes the pocket. Trying to push it deep down. Brought in inside the 20. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th. The Chiefs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here he is to throw. It's into the hands of Wright. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
He takes it himself. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that play good enough for a 1st. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
Go.
Here's the option give to White. Still going past the 40. And he's down all the way to the 30. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he runs this one down to the 22-yard line. Now with just 7 seconds left in the game, we've got a timeout. So it all comes down to the right foot of their kicker. It's on the right hash for this 39-yarder. That one is good. And that, folks, is your game winner.
I
know that was a kick he could make in his sleep, but with the game on the line, he delivered.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Yellow.
One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. It's intercepted. That will do it. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play.